Hello everybody, HESHY Tischler here from the Just Enough HESHY Show. Rabbi Friedman, a man from the past, a man from the Holocaust who saw how the shuls were closed, the Jews made suffering, how our own rabbis and leaders turned us into the Nazis, how we had the capos. Here is a man who respects all Jews, no matter who you are, no matter what religion you are. You see, they don't care. But the point being is I love you, and I want you to know I'm fighting for you. Support our own places. Don't go to Amazon. Don't go online. Right now, they're closing our places. They've issued, as of today, in the last week and a half, almost $20 million in fines. They're closing us down. They're closing our schools. I have 93 suicides in the hospital already. Please, everybody, we need, I know you're Rabbonim, I gave them till Thursday. You know, one rabbi spoke bad about me. I don't have an idea. We're fighting for our children. We need our children to go back to schools. We need our stores open. Reb David, I beg you, help me. Just help me. Tell them what they did to us. Yeah.
Mr. Tischler, I call Mr. Tischler. When I built this shul, it was not easy to get everything done. He came into me with his own. I want you to help you. And he helped not me. I'm here, you're next door already 20 years. I see all these people who come to him for advice, for helping. And this is a man who is sex official. He goes to prisons, he takes out the people, and he tells them how you could rehabilitate you, and also he gives them at home to eat, in his house to sleep. So a man like this, when he comes out, sometimes in his anger, and he fights for the cause of the Jewish schools, for the small children, for Holicust and he has to be heard. And why I came here? For one reason. See, I went through 3 gullets. I grew up under Stalin in school. They never closed the cheder in their lives because he knows the Jewish people, those big communists do, that we are very, very, very powerful. When you go to our schools, they are the ones who suffer more. At the same time, I went to school to a yeshiva. It's called Nitra. This was the last yeshiva in 1944. Everything was closed. The Rebbe of Nitra, which I have biggest supporter, he let us arrange that till 1944, till March, the yeshiva was open. And after they came out with the gazette to close it, he went to hiding, and all these people went to Auschwitz. Thank God 80% survived because it was already burned. And the last, which right now I'm here, is the HESHY Kedoshim. The HESHY Kedoshim was not built for our only prayers and only for to be here to teach. It's to remind that one day our children will ask me the question, did we do something for you? To remind you that we went through Holocaust. Here, Mr. Albasio, I don't call him only the last name, he's a big man. He's a very smart man. Mr. Como, I feel that he is a very respectful governor. He just lost a little bit his real realistic. Listen to me, I want to finish. I want you to understand that every time we are the biggest asset for this community. The Orthodox Jews, which you feel that you want to, they built up the city. It should be clean. Our schools teach not only knowledge teaches us how to behave, how to be good citizens, and how to make our children continue the ways of our rabbis and teachers. And we are not on your burden. Let me tell you, we are helping each other, and Mr. Tischler is the biggest helper. And when he comes out a little bit with a high voice, he doesn't mean to hurt. He's not against you. He wants to be also a friend of your politician, and we are friends of the state and of the city. But when I see that the yeshiva world comes out with a powerful op-ed, I mean, like they are the op-eders, and he said it's by a very, very tall, rich man, and he calls this gentleman a rodef. And you know what a rodef means? I don't want to say because it comes back to haunt him later. I have to do this alone. We have to have achdus in this place. The world is not made for Yeshuas, it is made for Ashirim, it's made for everybody, like our shul. This world we went to Auschwitz. Mr. Elie Wiesel with the Rabbi in Buchenwald, they were together and they saw already a five-ish. You know five-ish? What's five-ish? Let me tell you five-ish story. The last, like a week before the liberation of Buchenwald, the Nazis came and they said something happened and somebody did it, and nobody wanted, who did it, who didn't, we're gonna hang him. And five-ish came and said, I did it. I'm not a religious boy, but he was already starving. He said, I gotta be Kaddish Shem Shumaim now. And he said, when you're gonna build in Yerushalayim, you're gonna come home. The rabbi said, this is because of five-ish. And five-ish because the last second he gave his life. And this, I will never forget this story. And this man, Mr. Tischler, he gave all his life till now just to help Jews. Let him continue, because we are never going to close our schools, because our schools are going to be open. It was open in Warsaw Ghetto when the Jews were burning and the schools, the yeshivas were underground, and this is never going to be closed. And it was never closed in Hungary under the Stalinist communists. And I was in Leningrad when I established the first school over there. He was the only one. He showed me how he went on the top of the shul. There was a small room where he taught children. Because with teaching children, you're teaching how to continue.
Well, Rabbi
life.
Friedman,
and thank you for listening
here's
to
Rabbi
me.
Friedman, a survivor, a man who came back from nothing, and look what he built. He's brought back our community. He's brought back our leaders. He is one of our leaders. HESHY Tischler, watch my show Wednesday night when?
Whatever you want.
9 o'clock, say 9 o'clock, wow.
9 o'clock, I'm learning 9 o'clock.